What's up? What's up? All right, so let's just get to where we left off. I failed my eval. Okay, we got that out. I failed it actually today. So over the last 2 weeks, so right where we grind back, I basically revenge traded, put myself in a lot of prop firm debt, and I had like maybe $300-400 left of my 2000 drawdown. So yeah, today I failed. And I realized it's my stop loss. My stop loss is just too tight. It doesn't allow NQ to be NQ. And so we're looking at ZEC. But so what happened today when I failed? Currently failing at life right now. But this is swing trading. I'm trying a new strategy, so we will discuss that later. But so basically, I got in at 310, 27, 310. So I was like down here. So here. So I was here. I was like, yes, it hit, right? Because it fell. Like, if I don't know if you guys traded today, but this thing fell at open. So I'm like, cool. Got in at 310. I think it went to like 309 and then ran back up to like 315. So I was out the trade. I was like, oh, great. As you can see, it ended up falling to 27,185. So clearly I had the trend right because, I mean, the candles are there, even if you go in smaller time frames. Still going to show you. I had the trend right, but stop loss too tight. So I ended up talking to someone and I was like, yo, what's your stop loss on NQ? Because she's also in prop firms. She trades the ICT. And, I mean, not trades it, but her strategy is ICT based. And she was like 10 to 15 points. And I was like, oh, so clearly I'm all the way off, right? Hers is like very wide. That's 40 to 60 ticks. And I'm over here with like 15 ticks, 20 ticks. Totally different. So she allows her trade to breathe. She's like, it rarely hits the stop loss. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to add that. So I was bummed initially. And then I realized, yo, stop loss is your problem. It's not that you don't understand trend. It's not that you're picking bad entries. It's not that you're picking, like 300-point exits, right? Like, it's just the damn stop loss. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'm hyped because I'm like, that's the easy part. Yeah, it's everything else, right? It's not understanding the candles. It's not understanding, like, trying to get in when it's in consolidation. Like, bruh, it's literally this one fucking thing. So I'll be buying my prop firm tomorrow and starting the new week, and I feel so happy. But in the middle of where I'm at now, right, April 30th, and when I first messed up my account, which I think was like the middle of April, oh my God, just in a funk. Emotional, not about the prop firm, just life of just venting, frustrated, feeling entitled. I mean, like I was down bad. I was not in the best of shape mentally, and obviously trading psychology is a big part of how we trade, why we trade. So to be in that type of funk, it was bad. And then so also while I'm learning how to do my futures strategy, I'm also trading crypto, right? Because that's today cash. Prop firm is, obviously you got a pass and a buffer and all this stuff. So I realized, and this is today's, I realized I also had a stop loss problem there. So I started back testing and I'm like, okay, I'm really becoming a 50K a month trader. I know I am because I don't back test, but I really started to back test. Like, even my trade yesterday was amazingly flawless. I just realized I missed this easy money here because this was from the weekend. I should have entered a put here and just took that little $10. No worries. But I was looking and I was like, adding this up. I was like, when it hits this 319 level, I'm like, how many times does it hit that? And ran the other way. And so let me see if I can show you guys very quickly here. Oh, I may not show it. I don't know what time frame it was on when it hit that 319 level. Okay, here we go. So this is where it was like hitting this 319. And so I went back the last times it hit like 319 and ran the other way. And so I caught this beautiful, my exit was 335.33 because I did the average of, does it hit 336? Does it hit 337? Does it hit 335? And so it was like beautiful. Like I was able to just get in, write this up, flawless. I was like, oh my God, like you really are getting better at this, because the fact that you went to back test what happens when it hits 319 and boom. So getting better. So that's what I focused on in the 2 weeks in the middle of my funk and being upset. And, like my overall psychology before I started futures was like, I wanted to be right, but there was no reward. I was just right. It was like, oh, I knew that this team on the Super Bowl was going to win. Yep, I knew it. And it's like, well, why didn't you bet? You didn't make any money, but like you were right. You got a gut instinct. You are clairvoyant, whatever it is. You're not making any money though. Like you're always right. You always have this story of being right, but like why don't you want the profit? So now I am right, but then I'm playing small. It's like, okay, you're right, but like so a trade like this where it's like, okay, you got in maybe at 330 and you wrote it up. It's like, okay, great, you were right. But you made $1.50. like what? So it's like I'm watching the evolution of me of being right, no profit, right? Paper trading last year, I did like $120,000. It's like, who gives a damn? You didn't make any money, but good job that you were able to read the market that well, right? This is not taking like 40 contracts, nothing extreme. This is like taking a normal amount of contracts. But I'm like, who cares? So now I'm coming out of the evolution of being right and playing small to now being right and being rewarded big, right? Like this, instead of this being only, $1.50, $4, it's like, okay, now you need to move into this where this is a real trade and you're making like $30 to $50. Because why be this good to then like you're not making any money? Like who cares? And people care, right? Like stats are stats, but we're not here to just be right and have a streak. We're here to profit. We're here to prosper. We're here to be abundant. And so that's something also I had to sort through is like bet on yourself. When I was with my life coach some weeks back, I was like, a job is not betting on yourself. And I know that sounds so weird to say because it's like it's an obvious duh, but a lot of us think that. A lot of us think like, no, like I really worked hard for the job, or like, like I didn't have the skill and I still got it, and it's like, but that's not the same thing as like risk to reward, at least not to me. A job isn't betting on yourself unless it's like the most extreme circumstance where like, you got a dream job with like Shaquille O'Neal or like, or like Mark Zuckerberg just hired you on the spot and you don't have no experience. He hired you based on like personality and the 20-minute interview, right? Then that's like totally different betting on yourself, right? Finding him in a hotel and like getting hired on the spot. But for most of us, a job is not betting on yourself. And so this is me betting on myself. I'm like, it's not only being right, but it's like taking the time to understand what skill you naturally have and then going all in. And so that's what I'm doing now. It's betting on myself and really sitting here and go, wow, you're really good at this. Now tweak some shit. Systematize this. That's the other bigger thing. I've been making like these cute little trackers. Let me show you guys. Okay, so I don't know if my camera will go. So if it doesn't go, then it's all good. All right, so you should be able to see this now. So this is my little trading calculator. So it's like I'm making things now where it's like helping me not have to think and put more time into the chart. So this is like solving that problem. It's like I understand the pre-market high, the pre-market low, my entry, my exit. And so now I'm looking at better entries and better exits by looking at the chart instead of me trying to like manually figure that math out. It's like, no, just let that be the thing. It's super cute. I like how whimsical it is. I mean, that's just the feminine energy in me. But that was one of the biggest things. It's like, just make the tool. Let AI make some tools so that you're not having to process this. Use your mind in other areas. A lot of times, as we're growing into these levels of elevation, it's like we're still doing so much mental math that we get into that paralysis. And I'm like, I don't want that. Let me just make things that are super easy, that I just put some numbers in, it computes, and I move on. So I have a lot of these little kind of tracker, calculator, even my habits. Like, I have a whole habit tracker now, because I'm like, it's so many things to do in the day, right? I'm a dog owner, I'm a person. Luckily, I'm not in a relationship, because I would add more complexity to my life. But it's just so many things to think about, right? What am I going to eat today? What am I going to wear? And I'm like, no, just like pull clothes out, put them on, you know, don't decide food every day. Like, just have a plan of what you're going to eat. Just get over it and done with things, so that you can use more of your mental capacity towards this, which is getting this right. Because the other day I got into a play. Let's say I was in this 3685, right, and writing it down. And so I said it was going to be 323. And so, of course, it wasn't, right? It stopped at like 326. So that means when it was going back up, I was only making so much money. So I was like, damn, like, it's things like that. Like, if you don't get your entry perfect with crypto, and this is happening overnight, I'm not there to put a trailing stop. So it's like, you lose money. So it's like, that precision is so important. Otherwise, you don't get all the profit. So I lost a lot of money, because of course it fell, and then I was asleep, and then by the time I woke up, it was like here. So it's like, well, I guess I'll lock in this dollar move, even though like it went to, it was a $10 move at first. But it's just little things like that. So what else? I don't want to make this video too long, but the biggest thing I've changed in these last 2 weeks is trading psychology. Like, I'm watching Jim Rohn videos. I'm watching other trader videos. I'm coming up with better affirmations. Like, I decided to go with Trump style affirmations, which are really hilarious. And if you guys want me to like share those, but it's like, I'm trying everything. I'm like, what's going to get me to really get to that level where I'm not only trusting myself, but I'm executing at the level that I'm saying I am, which is a $50,000 a month trader, right? Like, I'm like, what would that person do? How should I be acting? What things should I be choosing, right? Like, I'm trying to eat a lot more vegetables, even though I'm a vegetarian. I'm like, I love cheese pizza. I can eat that every day. Like, I don't, and I go to this place in where I live, and they have like this vodka pasta pizza. It's like, why are you eating that? Like, is that what a 50,000 a month trader eats? They just eat all these like, it's not even the carbs. It's just like carbs on carbs. Do you need that? It's like eating breadsticks with your pizza. Like, do you really need that? No. But can you have it? Can you enjoy it? Yes. But it shouldn't be a part of your daily diet. Like, I'm not Michael Phelps. I'm not eating 3,000 calories, where it's like, oh, it burns off anyways. And um I'm also adding to my schedule, like, do something once a day that you absolutely don't want to do. So I do 100 squats a day. Now, as you can tell, I don't have it. So being able to like build my leg muscles, right? Like, I'm gonna start doing push-ups. I'm like, I should be adding that. I don't want to do it. And now I'm like, that's perfect. Today I had this cucumber water. I hate cucumber water. And I'm like, that's good. Getting yourself to do things that you don't want to do is half the battle of getting to that next level of ascension, because everything can't feel good. Everything can't be your favorite. Some things have to absolutely suck, and you in disagreement with it, and you do it anyways. And I'm like, I hate squats. 100 squats sucks. Like, your legs feel horrible. And I've been doing them for like a month on and off. And I'm like, I still don't want to do this. Like, I thought this would be something I'd be like, oh, okay, well, now that you've been doing it for 4 weeks, no, I still don't want to do it. That water today was horrible, but I drank it. And I'm like, find more things you don't want to do. And as you start to get like okay with doing them, right? When it starts to become acceptable, get rid of it. Go find something else, right? Some people cold plunge every day because they don't want to do it. So that's why they do it. Where some people do it because, like, oh, I love it. It helps your body do, and I'm like, if I could find more things I absolutely don't want to do, I know I'll be a better trader, because that's half the battle, is showing up and not having excuses, not trying to stay in your comfort zone, not making everything like comfy cozy. And so that's something I've added. I'm trying to think of other things I've added. As of May 5th, I will not be drinking anymore. So that's also something that's, I don't drink and trade, but when you have a bad day, you want a little something, something. So that's going to be a big adjustment. And that I know I'm going to be able to think a whole lot clearer, because I don't know the effects of alcohol, right? Like, if you don't have a hangover, you don't really think about the effects of it, because you're like, oh, I don't have a hangover. Like, I don't drink to have a hangover. I don't drink to like be drunk. So I'm like, I'm going to be a lot more clear minded, because now it's like, wow, I haven't had alcohol in my body for a year, 2 years, whatever, right? Same to go like, meat. Like, I'm a vegetarian. I haven't had, steak, chicken, any of that stuff in like 2 years. So I know my body will thank me. But yeah, I'm looking at this trade because I think I'm no, I think it's 43. Oh, it's 45. I'm getting in at 345. So we're almost at my entry. Luckily, it looks like I'll be seeing my entry before I go to bed here. But oh, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's the plan going into May. The other thing is, and I'll say this quickly, and I'll put a little note, so I'll talk about it more thoroughly next time I do a video. So I won this mentorship in February, about 2.5 months ago. And this was like it was like 10 days after I quit my job, which I don't even think I've shared, but we'll go through that in another video as well. And so I won. I was so excited. I mean, this guy is a killer. Like, $1,000% plays every week. Every week. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And so, I shouldn't even be doing features. I should just be taking his plays, and that's it. And so I finally had to sit with myself and say, well, what was the point of wanting this so badly that you don't like take his plays, right? I was still taking my own and losing. And so that's something that I'm going to be doing in May, is taking his damn plays, because it's like how do I say this where it doesn't sound like I'm complimenting him. He has an ego to be a winner, right? He's like a Kobe. Like, he has like an ego where it's like he's gonna win by any means. He's competing against like his brothers and his haters, right? His brothers meaning like people he's met in the trading communities, people who have other trading communities, right? He's trading against those people, but he's also trading against the haters. So he has such an ego. Like, he wants what he wants. He's like today, he was like, we got to get $1,000% play today. And he went and found it. And I think it hit like 800% because of where he entered. Some people got in this play early this morning and they had like 2,500%. So it's just like, imagine somebody having that type of ego, right? Like a Kanye ego, where they're like, I'm the shit and the urine and I'm about to make money. Why are you not following that person? like what is in your mind, right? What is your ego that's saying, no, I got, son, I got this. Fall back, I got this. What? You don't got it. You're not in the same realm. You're not in the same arena. You are not competing against this monster at all. He has all the tools available to us so that we can find our own plays. And I'm over here struggling, trying to figure things out, while he's literally so masterful. And so that's what's changing in May. I'm like, yep, I'll have my futures. I'll probably start phasing out crypto, because, I'll have options that's today cash. But I'm like, that made no sense that for 2.5 months you've been avoiding his plays. And that's also another psychological level of thinking, right? The ego of self, that you found a mentor and you want to guide yourself instead of just trusting the expert you've chosen. And so that is the advice I leave you with this week, is trust the expert you've chosen. There's a lot of Discord groups. There's a lot of people doing a lot of great things. I follow probably a couple hundred traders, but I wanted to be in his group. And then I decided that I wouldn't trust him based on me. I got burned a couple of times in his plays. A couple, not hundreds, a couple. And since then, that was like October. And since then, he's changed his strategy. He's found more tools. He's done more things. But for some reason, I'm still looking at him through the lens of October. In that time period, he's probably made 25,000%. So it's like the only person that lost was me. It wasn't him. Because he is going to make sure he's going to excel, right? He's got a family, he's got a wife, he's got kids. He's going to excel. And so the only person that lost on that was me. And then I got the mentorship for free for a lifetime. And then I'm over here like, do do do, do do do. Like today, they hit 800% on one play and 250 at another. How life changing in one day. This is not like over the week we were up 1,200. And I'm gonna come back with those numbers. This is literally the whole time. So even though he has some plays that don't take off when we got in, or our contracts expired, but maybe the play took off later. I think when I looked at it, he's averaging 238% on his plays. And this was like March. 238%. So even if you put in $100 per play, I think he does like 70 a month, you still came out profitable if every contract was $100. 70 plays. Isn't that crazy? 70 plays. I would show you the spreadsheet, but I think his name is on there. I don't want to expose him. But yeah, so anyways, I'll leave you guys with that. Trust the expert that you have chosen. And that's what I'm doing all May. Starting tomorrow. I'm going to trust my expert. I think my play just initiated, so we'll see how that goes. But I appreciate you guys. Continue to fight for your dreams, to continue to fight for your freedom, as it says at the bottom of my page here. And I will try to do better at doing videos more consistently. But hey, man, this is the whole point of documenting this, is because it's right. We always see the numbers and the receipts, but we don't get to see enough of people like struggling and how long it took them to believe in themselves, trust the people around them, and just make a great name for themselves. So I'll catch y'all.